John Barnes Field on the campus of Los Alamitos High School. Griffins football is on the air. Hello everyone, Kent McHale along with Justin Connolly bringing you tonight's intersectional contest between the Bakersfield Griffins and your Los Alamitos Griffins. Justin, first time ball game. Got great atmosphere already here. Sold out crowd here at John Barnes Field. Los Al Locos ready to go. Exciting times once again, Justin.
Yes, the Bakersfield Drillers coming out here tonight. They were obviously sitting in some traffic on the way here. Looked to have gotten here a little bit late. Weren't here quite at that 6:30 window for start. So that's why we're getting about a 10-minute late run tonight. We'll be getting started here soon with kickoff, but pregame show is hot this year, Kent. We're hot on the press.
Yeah, you know it. This Bakersfield comes into this game. They're led by head coach Michael Stewart, his third year. They were 2-2 last season. They play in the Southwest Yosemite League in the Central Division up in the San Joaquin Valley. Griffins come into this game ranked number 3 in Orange County, number 7 in the state. They're led by sixth-year head coach Ray Fenton, who led the Griffins to a 6-0 perfect season last year's shortened season. Justin, that was the Griffins' third Sunset League title in the past 4 years.
Yes, a very impressive year for the Griffins. The most impressive so far into the Coach Fenton era here at Los Alamitos in the Line 6 era. Just really put it all together last year, every game in and out. It was a shortened season. The Griffins didn't get to start until a little bit later in the season with everything being put back. However, you know, the club football allowed them experience to play some extra games together, and coming into that season, they did a really good job and really just ran right through every team they went against.
You know, there was one of those seasons, and it was a magical season. We weren't quite sure what to expect, but Justin, throughout the year, as the season progressed, you saw this team, led by mostly underclassmen, sophomores and juniors, just have an outstanding season, dominant season, averaging over 50 points a game for the first time. Actually, the first time ever. Previous high that I could find was back in 2014 and 2017, and they're averaging 38 points a game. This Griffin team, led by junior quarterback Malachi Nelson, as well as junior wide receiver Makai Lemon, both those young men committed to University of Oklahoma already to kind of get that whole recruiting mess behind them. But this is one of those things you're going to be showcasing them tonight.
Yes, you know, on I believe it was the 18th of last month, we had the decision made by Malachi Nelson, and shortly after, Makai decided to commit as well to Oklahoma University. So the 714 connection will be established well in Oklahoma with the great coaching staff down there, and of course you have some past Heisman winners. So you know, some big expectations coming out of that camp, and a lot of the fans I'm sure will be tuning in here tonight to see how Malachi does and how Makai does going into the 2021 season. That being said, Kent, we'll be ready to go and see some other star athletes on the field as well.
You're going to see a lot of the Boomer Sooner Nation replying on Los Alamitos Instagram. I also want to give a special shout out to those listening in from Bakersfield. We weren't able to make the trek down here. Good. Thank you also to Los Alamitos High School for providing this wonderful this experience here, this YouTube experience that you'll all be able to watch. This great contest between two storied programs. Bakersfield, believe it or not, Justin, they started playing football back in 1896. So they've got a few years under their belt of playing football.
Go to this gear. Advance.
Pay attention to this because we're going to go back to live.
Yeah. Got it? You got it?
Yeah.
Is it announcers? Is it announcers?
Nope. It's a.
Here in the first quarter, Tyler McLaughlin on to try the extra point. Snap down, kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. The score with 23.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Los Alamitos 23, Bakersfield 3.
And just when you thought that the Bakersfield Drillers
And hey folks, I just found out we're back here live, and I do apologize for the technical difficulties. We had our crack team on this, and you missed haven't hopefully been able to watch the video of this, and it's been just an entertaining ball game so far for Los Alamitos and Bakersfield, as the Griffins special teams unit and defense played unbelievable ball so far tonight.
Very much so, and that's why it's so hard to beat the Griffins. Right when Bakersfield thought that they had a little bit of breathing air, right, intercepting the second football of the night down there, you know, the Griffins D just goes stout and takes them down and puts some points on the board for themselves. And then you come back right with it with the special team score right afterwards. I mean, you really can't beat it, Kent.
No, you really can't. You know, Malachi with his second interception on the night. Last year in 6 games, he only had 4. So he's already got 2 tonight. And again, with a little bit of wind, the ball got hung up a little bit. Got some pressure coming from their big playmaker, J.D. Ben. And I'll tell you what, it's just been one heck of a defensive front so far by Bakersfield. They're hanging in there defensively, but special teams for the Griffins just been special. Short kick, pooch to the outside, and Bakersfield take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line with 18.9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 23-3, Los Alamitos.
Ken, it's been a very fast-paced, hard-hitting game to start. Bakersfield, we'll have to see. They've got a lot of guys going both ways. We'll have to see how their stamina can take. And then for the Los Alamitos Griffins, we've got a couple younger guys who got pieced in on the offensive line towards the end of the week here. And, you know, that might be a little bit of a reason why there's some extra pressure tonight that we're not used to. And not to say that Bakersfield's not doing something right. They clearly are. But we'll see if we can get that fixed here before the half, before the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter.
Well, for those of you trying to catch up at home, the way the scoring started here on a 2-yard touchdown run by Brian Gerardo, which followed a huge 69-yard pass play from Malachi Nelson to Makai Lemon. Bakersfield then drove on their first possession, was able to get the ball down on a couple big runs by Rogers, and there was capped off by a short 30-yard field goal, making the score 7-3. Griffins followed that up, took the next kickoff back 85 yards by Makai Lemon, making it 14-3. We'll go back to live action here in just a second, and it's like we're going to get some more flags. They just want to give me an opportunity to get caught up here. Makai Lemon took the ensuing kickoff, 85 yards for a touchdown, making the score 14-3 Griffins. And just a little while ago, the Griffins, following the second interception of Malachi Nelson, was able to keep Bakersfield pinned down at their own end, and then Achilles Campos with a safety coming in on a screenplay back there, making the score 16-3. The ensuing kickoff was taken 60 yards the other way by Ethan O'Connor, and here we are, 23-3, Los Alamitos, with 18.9 seconds to go.
It looked like that time we'll hold off.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 after a couple penalties. Montero back to pass. Draw play. Rogers has it. He's got a crease and more. Big one-man miss. He's at the 30, the 25. DeAndre Moore's able to haul him down all the way down to the 15-yard line. Rogers one more time with a big run. He's well over 100 yards tonight.
Looks like each time that they've got the Griffins, it's on that left side counter. They're seeing something there. Somebody's leaving home, and he's wide open to go running. That time, DeAndre Moore having to chase him down, try to strip the football, making a big tackle, a big body tackle on him. But the Griffins need to figure out what's going on there on defense.
Tybo Rogers big night already. Big quarter for Tybo Rogers. That's the end of one. The score, Los Alamitos 23, Bakersfield 3.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a chick who made one to touch us in my face.
And the Los Alamitos Griffin, Los Al Locos, entertaining over to the right side there. Got the cheerleaders going. There's a full house here tonight at John Barnes Field. And for those of you who couldn't make it out because sold out crowd, Justin, we haven't done a game in front of a sold out audience in a very long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we had a good national anthem like that, like total a cappella with everybody here ready to cheer afterwards. It was amazing. So a whole new temperature in there this year. Unfortunately, earlier this week, our JVs and freshmen both had interesting ordeals with their games.
Yeah, they did. We'll cover that here in a few. Okay, they flipped into the field, and 1st and 10, Bakersfield at the Griffin 15-yard line. Montero under center, strong to the left side. Inside Hanna, still on his feet, crossing the 10-yard line.
It's Isaiah Dorsey making the tackle from behind.
Danny Johnson, the ball carrier for Bakersfield. Nice strong run right up the gut. Down to the 8-yard line.
Bakersfield, no doubt, knows how to run a football.
2nd down and 4. Under center's Montero. Split backs, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see what this is about. Actually been kind of a penalty-free game so far. And they got a false start on the Drillers. That'll move them back 5 yards. As just enough breather for Rogers to get back in the ball game. The dangerous one. Boy, I'll tell you what, he switched over from wide receiver, and you can see his track speed. He's impressive up there.
Very much so, Ken.
That is a very quick guy. 2nd down and 9 as they move the ball back to the 14-yard line. Under center's Montero. Motion man comes from right to left. Rogers to the outside, tried to get the corner. He does, cuts inside, still on his feet, driving towards the end zone. He's in! Touchdown Bakersfield. Wow, what a run. Tybo Rogers again. This time he cashes it in from 14 yards out.
And that's Tybo Rogers, the junior running back, a tremendous player on offense and defense. We got notes here from his coach. He's savvy and explosive, as we can see. He's being highly recruited. That guy runs the football hard. Not really sure where he's being recruited by, but doing a good job of putting that ball in the end zone. And the Griffins had a good look there. The linebackers coming in, scraping across top, trying to make the tackle, and just weren't able to get it done against Tybo Rogers.
Tell you what, that Rogers, he's special. He is one special guy. I've seen a lot of him tonight. Brunell's on to try the extra point. A bad snap, falls on the ground, and it's not going to happen. Try is no good. Again, the center exchange been a little tough so far for Bakersfield, and that'll leave the score. Los Alamitos 23, Bakersfield 9, with 10:59 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
That's Kevin Longstreet making the tackle there on what was the muffed extra point attempt.
Yeah, that was didn't look like a bad snap, but there's been some center exchange issues so far tonight for Bakersfield, and even for Los Alamitos. There's a couple high snaps for that Malachi Nelson's had to endure.
Two of the standout guys tonight so far for Bakersfield, Jaden Dock and Ty Montero and Tybo Rogers, 3 of the guys, quarterback, running back, and Jaden getting it done on defense. The senior Sam linebacker. We'll go into these guys a little bit later. You might see these guys playing again on Saturdays next year, or in 2 years for some of them.
Yeah, especially Rogers. Unless he's going to skip his senior season.
Some guys do that.
Yeah, some guys do.
You got to be really good for that, though. Go pack it up early. You got to have good grades, and you got to.
JT Daniels comes to mind, the Heisman Trophy candidate, now at Georgia. Formerly played at Mater Dei. Let's see if they kick deep to the Griffins. They do. Actually, I kick it to the sideline and out of bounds. I think Coach Stewart is saying, I think we don't want to see those guys get the ball anymore. And we'll just kick it out of bounds. I have a feeling this film may be going to the next few opponents, and the Griffins may not be seeing many kickoffs coming their way the rest of the season.
I wouldn't kick it there.
I don't know if I would either. I need a whole lot of track guys to be able to run that down. Okay. I think LaSalle's going to have him kick it over. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. I thought it was automatically you get it there.
No? This is not a new Coach Fenton thing. I've seen him have him kick it over again before too.
Well, they got to kick it over 5 yards back, right? They don't kick it over from the same spot.
I think
right?
Because there was no penalty on the play.
Well, there had to be a penalty. Kick it out of bounds.
Yeah. Then do the flag.
Why wouldn't he do it again?
So you just deny it, and it goes from the same spot.
They declined the penalty.
Decline it.
Well, if they declined the penalty, wouldn't they get the ball right there where it went out of bounds?
I think you get the option every kick. I'm not sure, Kent. We're going to have to check the books. Where's the Zebras? Oh, now they're changing on us. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, let's see what the officials are doing here. Well, they're trying to figure it out. This is a new one on me, too. I just say, now, let's just put it there at the 35-yard line that we normally do every other time it goes out of bounds and stop the shenanigans. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do. Well, you know, folks, it's the first game for the officials, too. Everybody's got to get things worked out. Let's not to be hard on the stripe, guys. That was one of my first jobs as a guy. And as you guys can check in on the national champion, or the best student section in the country, the LaSalle Locos.
The Locos are crazy. I've seen a lot of them in the fuzzy, like, what do they call them? The tutus today. The guys and girls in tutus today. Red Loco tutus.
Yeah, my granddaughter's going to be coming here. My granddaughter Sophie's going to be coming here next year. And she could be a loco?
She's already a loco.
I don't know.
Okay?
She's already, yeah.
She's
being my granddaughter makes you a little loco anyway.
Yes,
yeah, that should be an official LaSalle Loco. Because you get to wear red.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is kind of fun. Still can't figure out what the challenge is over there. Typically, ball goes out of bounds, put the ball on the 35-yard line, let's go. So we're not going to do that this time around. Now the white hat's talking to the other guy. Somebody's going to figure something out here. They're talking it over to Coach Stewart.
Coach Stewart is... Guys, I can help you figure this out.
Yeah. He goes, hey, look, guys, NFL, Rams for this many years, as strong safety, played for the Rams for 9 years. I think I've run through a few kickoffs before. They're saying, no, Coach, not in high school you have. And he's saying, come on, man. It's killing me.
He's going to run it back and kick again.
There we go. And now we're going to actually move it back 5 yards. Yeah, it wasn't that challenging. Either move it back 5 yards or you put it at the 35-yard line. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to get going for reals. Yeah, Justin, it's kind of nice weather still. I don't have my jacket on yet. It's good. Verdez kicks it deep. It's returnable. Lemon's got it. He keeps it. Left side he goes. Sets up a block. Turns on the Jets. Bidfield and Moore still on his feet. Reverses field. Now he's surrounded by a bunch of white jerseys. And he'll go out of bounds. Deep down at the driller, looks like 43-yard line. That's where the Griffins will take over, 1st and 10. Short field for the Griffins offense most of the night. And not a whole lot of plays on offense for LaSalle.
That time Mackay tried to give him the remix and change up his speed on him, make the guy just whiff the tackle. And he was able to hold on to Mackay's leg. Mackay twisted back around to try to break it back inside, but the Bakersfield special teams unit had by that time swarmed around him and was able to make the tackle after a really good return.
Trips out to the right side for the Griffins. Sets up throws. Lemon's got it. Makes one man miss at the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Knocked out of bounds as he crosses the 30-yard line. That's enough for a Griffin first down.
Once again, Mackay Lemon getting the ball in his hands pretty much right behind the line of scrimmage from his quarterback, taking it up with supreme confidence and just running over people. There's not too many hits that Mackay takes where he's not giving the hit. Most of the hits, he's giving the hit.
Two receivers on either side of the formation now. Inside hand, no, fake to Gerardo, throws in low. Looking for DeAndre Moore, went incomplete as the ball skipped to him. Malachi a little off target so far tonight for Los Alamitos.
DeAndre Moore still looking for his second reception of the night. That one came up a little bit short. Looks like Wills was set there to block for DeAndre, and the whole play, not only was it an inaccurate pass, but it just got kind of blown up there by the cornerback as well.
Griffins and Nelson trips out to the right side, with Gerardo offset to the right of Nelson. Singled up as Lemon to the left side. Nelson looking deep for DeAndre Moore. He's got it. Touchdown! Griffins! DeAndre Moore, welcome to Los Alamitos.
And DeAndre points right to the logos and said, let's go. DeAndre, it's been a long time since he's had a touchdown in Los Alamitos, and let us say welcome back, DeAndre Moore. He climbed the ladder on that one, went up top, and took the ball away to make sure his quarterback got that touchdown pass. A great play by a fantastic receiver.
DeAndre Moore singled up in the corner of the end zone, just climbs the ladder, as you said, pulls it in for his first touchdown as a Griffin. As McLaughlin on to try the extra point out of the hole of Brian Gerardo. There's the snap, kick is up, and it is good with 10:21 to go here in the second quarter. Los Alamitos 30 and Bakersfield 9.
McLaughlin staying with this consistent play at kicker, doing a good job putting those ones through the uprights. We look forward to seeing him get some opportunities to kick some big-time kicks this year.
He was 87% on his kicks last year. 2 for 2 for his field goals. Added 2 in the scrimmage. Three of his four field goals are from 40 yards plus. I'm telling you, that's really something. That is really something for a kicker. Taught by your buddy, Casey Hyman.
Coach Casey Hyman, the younger Coach Hyman, was on the show this past week. If you guys want to go back and listen, we had a really good conversation about the intricacies of the kicking game, as well as a few other conversations that we were able to have, one with Ethan, the Reason O'Connor. And, we're super happy to be having our show every Tuesday night. So if you guys get a chance to listen in to the coach's show, it's every Tuesday night live on Spreaker, and you can listen to it even if you don't catch it live. Once again, it's the Los Alamitos Coaches Show.
And you can catch it on LosAlamitoSfootball.org, as you can catch all the action this season. LosAlamitoSfootball.org is a great website for all kinds of Los Alamitos history, nostalgia. Great website. McLaughlin boots this one into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Call that a little wind aided there by Tyler McLaughlin, getting in that one into the end zone.
Well, it shows you how much difference the wind makes when you're kicking it with it at your back. It makes it a lot easier to put it in the end zone. When you're kicking all the way against it as heavy as it was at the start of the game, I think we landed at about the 18-yard line.
Well, both kicking as well as passing. You'll remember 2 of Malachi Nelson's throws hung up in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have to get used to the wind if he's going to be throwing in Norman, Oklahoma. I think there's a little wind over there. Sometimes they even have tornadoes. Well, let's see what Bakersfield does. Down 21 points here early in the second quarter. Draw play. That's their best play of the night. Rogers has it. Big run again for Rogers, picking up yards in chunks. Coach Cobley can't be happy with what's going on here with his run defense. Just absolutely getting shredded. I want to say tonight that Rogers by himself has put up more yards on the ground than what they gave up all of last season in 6 games combined.
Yeah, I agree. There's been a lot of yards put on the ground here in the first half tonight. The Griffins D's going to have to solidify some of this weakness.
1st and 10, Bakersfield. Montoya back to pass. Sets up, throws down the right side, left side. Oh, incomplete. In coverage there was Longstreet, but just turned the wrong way was the intended receiver there. It was a beautiful throw. Dalen Leach is not able to bring that one in, but boy, Montoya put that ball right where he needed to.
And Longstreet was doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, running step for step, stride for stride. At the last minute when the receiver's eyes went up, Longstreet put his hand up to try to get right in the basket and timed it just right to make sure the receiver wasn't able to make a catch. like receiving on that route was number 22. Tybo Rogers, the running back, was out there trying to make that reception.
2nd down and 10. Montoya back to pass, steps up, flag on the play, sets up throws, incomplete. Let's check out this flag as a judge on this far side here threw that, and I don't know if somebody's left a little bit too soon. We'll see.
Yell, defense, defense. Everybody in the crowd yell, defense, defense.
And there's another procedure call against Bakersfield. I don't know if that was a formation thing. That Coach Fenton says, let's decline that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. I'll tell you, Montoya put that ball right where he needed to. Montero put that ball right where he needed to. And Leach, again, just went the wrong shoulder. Should have looked over to the left shoulder and looked over the right instead. Would have been a tough play. Would have been a big-time grab, but still, it was a beautiful throw. 3rd down and 10 for Bakersfield.
Bakersfield does a good job with a very limited roster size of running people on and off. They look like they're in pretty good shape. No one's gassing out or anything, but they made a long trip out here to Los Alamitos, and they came ready to play, Kent.
Yeah, they did. They came off the bus fired up. 3rd down and 10, under center. Montero, draw play. Trouble, and down he goes. Boy, Zach Misa, they're getting a little too wild over there. Stephen, Brian Gerardo in on the stop of Rogers, dropping for a 5-yard loss. I think they saw a draw play coming the whole way that time.
That time, Coach Clovey said, if you want to keep running the draw, we're going to run the blitz. Set an outside linebacker. That time, Brian Gerardo, who got a lot of experience last year at safety and his whole career at safety, but this time playing outside linebacker, just jolts and makes a big tackle. And Zeph Misa was meeting him there at the crescendo of the tackle, and he was so hyped. He wanted to pick him up, give him a little punch in the belly, and a hammer fist to end it.
Wills standing at his own 35 as the wind kicked up a little bit. Low snap. Bounce kicked up in the air. Wills, the ball bounces away loose. And I'm not sure if that hit a Griffin. It doesn't look like it did, but it was awfully close to the Griffin blockers running down there for Wills. But Wills smartly got away from it as the wind knocked that one down before he could reach up and grit it.
Well, Will's got to remember, no matter how late you do it, you got to wave that one off, give your guy a sign.
Yeah,
he was trying to get to it last minute, and it just it was a very tight play.
It's one of those, no.
Yeah.
And there we go.
It almost hit his guy.
Exactly. Well, the Griffins will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. 8:39 to go. Here in the second quarter, Griffins lead 30-9. Nelson claps for the ball. Keeps it himself and taken down as he tried to bootleg it, and it gets thrown down for about a 2-yard loss. That's Micaiah Douglas. Not fooled at all.
No, Micaiah Douglas wasn't. He could have tossed the quarterback down a little harder there. He was pretty respectful with his tackle.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he really could abuse him.
That guy played varsity all the way since a freshman, so he knows what he's doing.
2nd down and 11. Nelson back to pass. Steps up, throws, looks for Lemon. Too tall for him and incomplete.
And remember, Malachi hasn't been on the field in a good about 10, 15 minutes actual time due to the fact of what's been going on the field. Defense has been on the field twice. We've had special team score and whatnot. So just getting back out there, trying to warm it back up.
3rd down and 11. Nigel Osborne offset to his right of Nelson. Back to pass, sets up quickly. Blitz coming. Throw it out, and boy, I'll tell you what, sniffed out by Bakersfield as Makai Lemon got it and got dropped for a 4-yard loss. Bakersfield was all over that one. That's going to bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Griffins. You'll remember, Malachi Nelson is also the punter.
That time they had the wide receiver screen scouted.
And deep to receive the punt, Tybo Rogers, the dangerous ones. Malachi may want to keep it away from him. And Bakersfield jump, that'll make it a little bit easier. A little bit better of a punt. And remember, with Malachi as the quarterback, he's got to play. You have to keep in consideration a fake punt there.
Most definitely, Kent. You're pretty much playing 11 on 10 right now because you got one guy all the way back there. And Malachi will be able to look and see if anybody's lined up incorrectly and he feels confident about throwing the football, he'll be able to do it.
You got to wonder when that's actually going to happen. You know, it hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen him have a fake punt yet. Last year, I think he only punted 4 times as the Griffins are just putting up big numbers all year long. Had a big number already on the scoreboard tonight. Only basically not even halfway through the second quarter, Griffins already have 30 points on the board. And let's see what happens here. The wind kicks up a little bit, but still, that's a dangerous man back there for Bakersfield. Tybo Rogers, he's impressed these two guys in the booth tonight. Well, up in the scissor lift anyway. And the officials need to talk it over again.
Quite sure what's going on down there, Kent.
That's that's a good question. Well, let's chat things over again. Up next for the Griffins game will actually next week will be taking on Lincoln of San Diego, the number 3 team in San Diego. This game will be at Westminster High School. It's going to be a 7:30 start time. It's going to be the Bally's game of the week. So you'll be able to catch that on Bally's, or what used to be Fox Sports West. Lincoln's, again, talk about fast guys. They got speed to burn all over the place, that Lincoln High team. So this it's a great look for the Griffins to see somebody as fast as Tybo Rogers. And that's seriously, Justin, we haven't seen speed like that with anybody last year. Nobody was that fast.
Yeah, Tybo, he's a quick, speedy guy. I've been very impressed that even though he's only got 1 or 2 carries, Desher, the sophomore, I believe the sophomore fullback. Let's see here. He was a bruiser, Kent. Got to give that guy the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to move the ball back 5 yards now. We don't see that too often. We'll give them 5 yards, and we're going to go ahead and take it back away. So let's go. Here we go. Let's get this game going. Nelson back to receive the snap and boots it away. High kick. Fair catch called for by Rogers, and man, it's bobbled. It's on the ground. I don't know who's got it. There's a scramble for it on the field. This is 2 times the ball's been on the ground, and 2 times Bakersfield's come up with it.
Ah, the flag late there on the play.
And that's some officials saying, nope, you guys are getting a little too carried away down there, fellas. So let's see what that flag's going to be about. But yeah, that fair catch looked like he had it in good space. So unsportsmanlike conduct against the Griffins. So instead of them being pinned back at the 30, they're going to be at the 45-yard line.
That was likely due to something after the play, though, right, Kent? Little John?
Yeah, it was just after the fact. That's when that flag came. When you see the flag thrown high in the air, that's a dead ball. And that's actually thrown with a little bit of force. That means the official's a little tired of what just happened, and he's just going to fire that thing well into the sky. Actually threw it above the lights and came down, brought rain with it. And that's how high that thing was in the air. 1st and 10, Bakersfield. Play action fake throws and incomplete. Trying to the fullback sneaking out of the backfield. Montero misfired on that one, trying to get it on the run. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Time Bakersfield trying to sneak a naked boot and get the Griffins to bite. And that time, good job by the Griffins staying home.
You know, Bakersfield does run a pro-style offense. And that pro-style offense, you know, being under center, it's not what the typical high school team sees. And, you know, we don't see many teams run this kind of offense in Orange County. Most of it's all the spread, wide open, shotgun stuff. But Bakersfield's under center for most of the snaps tonight. Montero under center again. Back to pass he goes. He's got time, sets up, throws down the left side, and incomplete as Ethan O'Connor recovers there.
Ethan's with him step for step.
You know, Ethan did a nice job of there kind of bracketing him out to the end zone, bracketing him out of bounds where there really was no place for Montero to be able to fit that ball in. There was just no place at all.
And that time, you got T.J. Richard trying to make the reception. He goes 6'2". Ethan O'Connor, 6'3". He used the little bit bigger of a frame to just box him out of being able to even have a chance at making that catch, Kent, as you said.
Ethan O'Connor with 10 offers so far this season, or so far in his career. Montero, he takes a quarterback draw, trying to get up the middle, crosses midfield. He's got a first down. Montero called his own number. That's enough for a driller first down at the Los Alamitos 43-yard line.
And Bakersfield needed that one.
That was a run all the way, called in from the sideline. Good call there by Bakersfield, caught the Griffins sleeping. 1st and 10. Two receivers split out to the right. Not sure they got enough guys on the line of scrimmage here, as Bakersfield's going to call timeout. You know, looking right down the sideline, Justin, it looks like they've only had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure what was going on there. The quarterback caught it, though. High IQ play. Decided to bang a timeout and slow things down, get the right guys on the field. We've seen this happen a few times to Bakersfield tonight, especially on special teams. They got here a bit late. Seems like some little bit of confusion on who's on what, special teams-wise, and that time even on offense.
Well, the score with 6:20 to go here in the first half. Los Alamitos 30 and Bakersfield 9. You know, it's been a competitive ball game. The score's a little off, but you know, when you're talking offense versus defense, Bakersfield's actually been playing the Griffins pretty tight, offense versus defense. Special teams of the Griffins has been the difference so far in the ball game for the Griffins. All that, again, you got so many playmakers out there, and that's been the difference so far for Los Al. Montero, hands off. Rogers gets it, trying to get outside, and Gerardo's got him, and down he goes. Actually, that's Isaiah Dorsey, and they'll stop Rogers for a big loss back to the 49-yard line.
You can't keep an eye on where Dorsey's at. Dorsey, he's very sneaky, he's sly, and he goes from the left side to the right side, blitzes either side. Very versatile safety. That time gets in the backfield, holds the running back up, trying to strip the ball, and the next guy came in and make the tackle.
Well, they'll give him forward progress to the Griffin 47-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. As Isaiah Dorsey comes up, flying up. Again, that's a small guy, but the guy's all heart. He's a dude. He's a football player. Isaiah Dorsey, the junior. 2nd and 15 as the Locos making some noise. Shotgun set, Montero back to pass. He's in trouble. Steps up. Flag on the play. Down he goes. Achilles Campos in on the stop. Let's check out this flag. Usually that's in the area of holding. And I think Coach Fenton's going to want to take that one back, because where that flag was back at the Bakersfield 45-yard line, spot foul, so they're going to move back 10 yards from there. That's a huge, huge penalty for Bakersfield.
Yes, it is, Kent. Really, the defensive line doing a good job. It's both offense and defensive line on both sides doing a good job. It's only about the 2nd or 3rd flag we've seen tonight in that regard. We had one on some foul play. We had 2 on some jumping off sides and 1 here on holding. So it's been a relatively clean game so far tonight, Kent, but they got called for one there.
Well, that's going to bring up a 2nd down and, let's see, 14 plus 17, it's 31. 35? It's like 31. Okay, 2nd and 35. I'll take your word for it. Math was never my thing. I'm a numbers guy, supposedly. Montero back to pass. He's in trouble. Misa's got him, and down he goes! All the way back to the 25-yard line. And Bakersfield going backwards here.
That's good old number 41, Zeph Misa, coming in and making a big sack on that play.
And there's a timeout on the field. There's a Griffin laying down on his back right at the 35-yard line.
Somebody got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, hopefully it's just the wind. And both teams will go to their respective sidelines. This one looks a little bit more challenging. See if you can pick up the number there, Justin.
Looks to be an offensive lineman. I'm not sure quite yet. It's a bigger guy, though.
The Big Uglies, as our good pal Charles Williams.
Sorry, defensive lineman is what I said.
Well, that's right. If it's an offensive lineman,
offense.
what's he doing over there?
We used to call that sniper. This guy just falls down on the field out of nowhere during practice.
Well, let's hope it's something as simple as a wind being knocked out of them. Because I'll tell you what, Bakersfield, they bring it. You know, they're a tough football team. You like how they're playing. I like physical football teams. They're the no nonsense kind of guys. I like how this team's well played. It seems like they're very well coached, and can't expect anything less from a coach with the NFL experience that Michael Stewart has, to have his guys not only tough, not only well well conditioned, but physical. They're a physical football team, and you gotta certainly expect they're going to make a lot of noise in the Southwest Yosemite League this year and the Central Division up in the San Joaquin Valley area.
And the coach is out there showing their care for their player. Coach Bible standing over there. We've got our AD Rick Smith there, Coach Fenton as well. Got some, looks like be coming up right now.
Well, let's hope we just don't see the cart. The one person we haven't seen tonight is Robert Hamilton. So I didn't see how he went down there, and now you can kind of see what they're looking at on the screen. And he's sitting up, it looks like. Let's just keep the cart off the field. We can keep the cart off the field. We're feeling good.
About halfway there, looks like our trainer, world-renowned Coach Hansen. He's got his assistants down there helping him out. It looks like our player is up to their butt. Just getting ready to stand up right now. Bigger guy, so might take 2 or 3 of them, give him a good push. And there he goes. He's up now.
Okay.
It's like 76, Kent.
76? That's Robert Hamilton. Oh, no. We haven't seen a whole lot of Robert Hamilton so far this game, and he's coming in, and we didn't see him at all in the scrimmage last week. Maybe he's got, hopefully it's nothing too serious, as Big Country has had a rough go of it so far on the injury front.
It looks like they must have brought Big Country in to try to get a good push on the defensive line as well. He does play both ways at times. He'll get some action on offense and defense, and something happened there towards the end of the play that injured him.
3rd down and a whole lot for Bakersfield. Draw play. Rogers has it. He's got a crease and taken down hard. Coming up to make the stop, Ethan O'Connor to spill Tybo Rogers, and Rogers a little slow and whoa.
That's a big tackle, Kent.
Yeah, that was. It looks like he got it right on the knee, and Rogers limps off. He's going to get to the sideline. Took a hard hit there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for Bakersfield.
Got a big bang tackle there. Ethan, he's being blocked by a wide receiver, and then splits the block, puts his head down, and makes a tackle on the lower the legs of the running back, but a big collision from the helmet and the knee. You can see it might have rung Ethan a little bit too, but he definitely got the better part of that tackle.
Well, Ethan O'Connor's back to receive this punt. Tyrese Howard, it's returnable. He's got it at the 20. Makes a move. He's at the 30 and taken down hard right at the 30. As both teams are getting after each other there. As Jeremiah Gutierrez probably don't want to start popping off over there, buddy. Flags will come as the official's talking to him right now. Hey, we're not doing that kind of thing. Well, with 3:17 to go here in the first half, Griffins have it. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Yeah, Jeremy, you don't want to be popping off right now. As Nigel Osborne steps in at running back for the Griffins. Let's see if the Griffins offense can get in gear again. It's been a while since the offense has put some points on the board. Osborne gets it, bounces to the outside. Now he squares his shoulders, gets upfield to the 35-yard line. Nice 5-yard run there by Nigel Osborne. The other thing about Osborne, he gets his shoulder square really quick, and then he hits the hole. It's a different kind of running back.
And Nigel, that was a tough 5 yards to get there. It was 5 yards kind of made out of nothing, and he was able to stay up and shed a few tackles to get it.
Osborne again, stutter step, sets up his block on his feet, crosses midfield, down to the 47-yard line. Again, patient run by Nigel Osborne.
I like how he
Down
keeps
for
it.
the Griffins.
I like how he keeps the run inside. He's going back and forth inside, but he's not super needy to be busting anything out to the side or do anything like that. And you'll watch as they come in and keeps running the football. One will pop for him.
Gavin Porsche replaces him in the backfield. He gets a handoff. He breaks it to the outside. Got a hand on him, and down he goes. Tried to get outside, but couldn't quite break the tackle. Pick up 2 on the play. Gavin Porsche.
Yeah, that time Gavin Porsche, more of a smaller back than Nigel Osborne. He wasn't able to run over the first tackler and keep it going. If he was, he'd have probably had a first down there.
Yeah, at least. Gerardo in the backfield as Porsche splits out in the slot to the left side. DeAndre Moore split by himself to the right side. 2nd down and 8. Nelson steps up in the pocket. Throwing, looking for Moore. Moore, in and out of his hands. The ball just drifted out of bounds. I don't think it would have, even if he brings it in, it wouldn't have mattered, as the ball just kept fading towards the sideline, and it went out of bounds.
Well, here's the thing. Malachi that time threw it to the back shoulder of Moore. Moore was running for the opposite. We had to turn around, kind of a backwards turnaround, which left him off bounds. Kind of just trying to make something out of nothing there. DeAndre Moore did have his cornerback beat, but Malachi was receiving the pressure from number 80 coming in, Big Jadon, coming in to try to sack the quarterback, forced him to break the pocket early and make that throw deep.
Well, we got a timeout here with 1:46 to go here in the first half. Griffins 30 and Bakersfield Drillers 9. Going to give a special hello to our longtime buddy Mark Michelson up in Idaho, listening in or actually watching the game, giving us a little feedback, letting us know that we're back on the air. And thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Missed you down here. Mark used to run the video program for the Griffins, for the coaches. The coaches video for the Griffins a few years back. So again, thanks a lot, Mark, for your insight. Appreciate your help. Come on down and visit sometime. Hey, or we can go up to Idaho.
One day.
One day? Okay.
We'll drive through it.
3rd down and 8 for the Griffins. Osborne off to the left. Trips to the left side. Quick out to Moore. He's got it. Trying to drag close to the first down. It gets taken short. That clock continues to run right at the 41-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down and about 4 yards to go. Griffins keep the offense on the field as Gerardo checks in for Osborne.
That time, David May coming out from his offensive line position, try to make a block for DeAndre Moore. And DeAndre wasn't able to get more than about 3 or 4 yards on that one.
Well, the Griffins stepped up as though they were going to punt, and then they stepped out of it. Bakersfield wasn't fooled by that at all. They didn't even have anybody deep. Nelson back to pass on 4th down. Sets up looking for Nelson. For 11, he got it! Touchdown! Griffins! Makai Lemon! 7-1-4, one more time. Touchdown, Griffins!
Makai gives the fans the wave. That's the wave, boy. Makai runs what looks to be, I'm not sure, it looked like a wheel route, Kent, but he did come from the left receiver position. He was able to beat, on an out and up, beat his guy and a safety over top. Malachi Nelson dropped that one into the basket for Makai Lemon. So perfect, stride for stride. He didn't have to dive for it. He could run right into the end zone, and that is something special that's developed over a long period of time. Kent, something why we're so excited to see them here.
I'll tell you what, that Makai Lemon, he's the show. Snap down kick is up, and it is good. So with 56 seconds to go here in the first half, Los Alamitos 37, Bakersfield 9. As Makai Lemon, that's his first receiving touchdown on the season. That was his first, right?
Yes. So he had a long catch, then Dorado put it in to start. We had one other touchdown.
Yeah,
there was a receiving touchdown.
That's what we get next, Justin. We got to get a stat guy who's up here giving our stats, or somebody in the truck doing that.
It's a lot of scoring going on for us to remember everything.
Oh, 37 points in the first half. Yeah, that is quite a bit. Well, Griffins are certainly putting up the points on the board this here in the first half. They came out ready to go. Not a slow start as in like in last year. Last year kind of started off a little bit slow, but not going to be in mid-season form out the gate. And how about those Griffins, huh?
Griffins, they're firing.
The Oklahoma Sooner connection, Malachi Nelson to Makai Lemon. That's another one on the board for the Griffins.
714 Boomers.
We got to come up with another moniker for that one. 714 Boomer, 714 Sooners, who knows? McLaughlin, pooch kick, returnable at the 25-yard line. And taken by the up man out to the 35-yard line. The Griffins have kind of figured out, we're not going to kick the ball to number 22 in the open field. We just can't stop him. That's what you call ultimate respect, right?
It is ultimate respect, as well as Gavin Porch being half the size of the guy he just made a tackle on. Breaks his feet down, runs a tackle through, tackles him by himself. Gavin Porch is, he's just a great ball player. Uses his skill and speed to get the job done, whether it's on offense, special teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if we seen him there on defense in a situation where they're running a Hail Mary or something else. Another team's doing that.
Why did the time just go back up to 5?
Ty Montero. In a shotgun, so let's see if he can't get something going here. With just under a minute to go. Back to pass he goes. Sets up throws. Complete. Rogers has it taken down. Sure tackle out there by Isaiah Dorsey.
Actually, I think that was Longstreet, Kent.
I'm sorry. Getting Longstreet on the stop. Longstreet, but came in from Bosco. About the same size as Isaiah Dorsey, but a nice job. Sure tackle there by Longstreet. Second down and 8. Thanks for the correction there.
They were 20 and 21, so very similar.
Montero breaks pocket, takes off running, trying to get out of bounds. And still on his feet. Not sure if he got out of bounds. He didn't. They should stop the clock to set the chains, and the clock kept running. They might have to put a little more time back on the clock there. As he got a first down, and that should have stopped the clock because of the first down. Let's see how much time they're going to try to get back on the board. That's okay. Okay, Bakersfield takes a timeout here with 12.8 seconds to go. And in my opinion, there's probably about 5 seconds that got run off after he had the first down. You would expect somebody like Montero, again, bright kid, bright student, should have been able to run out of bounds on that one to preserve that timeout and stop the clock. Again, first down not quite as important as the clock in this part of the field. Only 12.8 seconds to go. Now, you do have a pretty fast guy in number 22, Tybo Rogers. You get the ball in his hands, he can get down there in a hurry. So distance may not be that big a deal here. Well, let's see what they got dialed up here. Montero on with 12.8 seconds to go at their own 49-yard line. And, there we go. Did I have that right or what? They added 4.7 seconds. See, I was off by 0.3 of a second. Yeah, I'm not quite in mid-season form yet, Justin. So I was pretty close.
Who's counting?
The officials are counting, thank goodness, for Bakersfield, right?
Yeah. We'll see what they have planned up here. Probably only 2 or 3 plays left maximum for Bakersfield, depending on how quickly they can get them off and what they're looking to run.
Bakersfield ran the ball 63% of the time last year. Again, big running team so far tonight. Montero back to pass, steps up, throws, ball's hiding in the air, and goes out of bounds incomplete. So we're right back where we started with 12.5 seconds left in the first half. Bring up a 3rd down.
Time ball just thrown straight up in the air. Quarterback getting pressured by many of the defensive members from the Griffins and tosses it straight up in the air. Nothing really going on there for the wide receiver. It kind of floated, wasn't able to make the catch. Seemed to just knock the ball down, actually.
Now again, you can't underestimate the wind. As Jacob Stevens into the ball game for the Griffins on 3rd down and 10. Montero in trouble, hit by one man, still on his feet, spins away, still on his feet, takes off running. He's got a 1st down and more. He's got a convoy of blockers. As we're down to 1/10 of a second, they have time for one more play. It's like the Griffins actually were trying to keep him up, to keep the clock running and not letting him get down. That would have been a really heads-up play to keep him up.
Seemed like it was what they were trying to do.
Kind of seemed that way. Wait, I think that's the end of the half. Well, let's just see here. That is the end of the first half. Bakersfield out of timeouts. They wouldn't be able to get the snap off. And that's it. The score at the end of the first half, Los Alamitos 37. And we're going to go down live to Sophia Youngs onto the field.
I'm not even sure if we can go down because if the thing's not on, we're not going to be able to get back up.
Okay, well, we're going to go to halftime now. The score, Los Alamitos 37, Bakersfield 9, and we'll be going to commercial from this point forward. And we'll see you back in a few.
Once again, we're going back to halftime. It's 37-9 here at Los Alamitos Griffins Field. Looks like we'll be going to commercial.
To you.
Who's that? And we are back live here at John Barnes Field with a score Los Alamitos 37, Bakersfield 9. Justin, what's your assessment so far of this first half?
Oh, it's been a very good first half, first game of the season for the Griffins. You know, going up against a really tough Bakersfield team who hasn't been able to score there with the Griffins. The Griffins put 14 points on the board on special teams and a bunch of points on the board on offense and 2 points on the board on defense as well. But the Bakersfield has not been able to match the Griffins score for score. However, we've seen some really good plays from Bakersfield. We've seen some stout defense, 2 interceptions. They've played, you know, a very competitive football game to start, to say the least, and they're still trying to pull it out. They're you know, it's a ways away right now, but the way these guys play, if the Griffins take their foot off the gas, it could be bad news for the Griffins.
You can't say enough about Tybo Rogers for Bakersfield. He's been electric. He's been the offense so far tonight for Bakersfield. He's showing up big time. He is the guy. And again, he's made a few runs getting outside. Griffins seem to be kind of slowing him down a little bit here. They figured it out a little bit. They're not letting him get outside, get in the corner like they were letting him early going. So now we'll see what if kind of halftime adjustments that Coach Stewart can make here for Bakersfield. On the Griffins side of the ball, special teams, big climb plays for the Griffins, and again, capped the last touchdown there by Makai Lemon. That's the explanation point for the Griffins in terms of what they're capable of and what they're doing and why this guy was so recruited. I mean, everybody knew about number 14. You just can't stop him.
And that's the thing, Ken. That's a high confidence play. You're at 4th down in a quarter type situation, and instead of doing a safe play or just trying to run an out, to get the first down, you're running out and up. Try to trick him, throw the ball right in his lap. He's able to run it in for a touchdown. I mean, it's supreme confidence between two players who have played together for a good long time, and confidence in the fact that their offensive line is going to be blocking to hold them down to be able to pull a double move when they need to.
Well, that's between that. Then you've got Ethan O'Connor making a big play. You've got Alec Wills making plays. You got DeAndre Moore making his first touchdown. And I think that's the thing with the Griffins. Lots of guys are making plays. And then if they start ignoring the middle, Nigel Osborne's showing what he's capable of doing right up the gut. He's able to make moves, keeps his shoulders square, runs very hard, and he's able to make, pick up chunk yards on the ground as well for Los Alamitos. This is, if you're a defensive coordinator, this has got to get you kind of worked up. That's for sure. To try to stop these guys in red.
And that's the thing, a lot of different guys touching the ball tonight. Nigel Osborne, Brian Gerardo, Gavin Porch, all touching the ball from the running back position. Gavin Porch getting in there at wide receiver as well. You've got DeAndre Moore, Makai Lemon, Ethan O'Connor getting down there. Just one after another. A lot of guys getting their hands on the football, getting an opportunity to show what they're made of tonight. And by far the most outstanding this far has been Makai Lemon, who's just been absolutely dynamic throughout the night and has taken in. It's like almost every other time he catches the football, it's going to the house.
I mean, he doesn't have that many touches tonight. I think he's got 5 or 6 at the most. And he's got well over 200 yards total offense. Every time this guy touches the ball, he's averaging almost 50 yards a touch. That's just incredible. And and it isn't like he's just using flat out speed. It's setting up blocks. It's the way he's able to shift, slow down, just sees the field. It's almost like this incredible vision of what's happening. The game this is what you call a game going in slow motion for somebody. It's the Matrix. This guy's in the Matrix. The ball, the bullets are flying around, and he's able to dodge them all because he's got that kind of vision about what's happening. He's that kind of a special player, and I'll tell you, it's worth the price of admission.
And as a defender, it's very hard to play because he goes from full speed running you over to 85%, like his little hop and a skip to fake you out, and you'll just shoot the tackle and miss him altogether. We've seen him do it a couple times tonight. He's very good at switching his speeds and making people miss.
Well, Bakersfield will get the ball first here to start this second half. And we'll see if the Griffins decide to get this one into the end zone. McLaughlin boots it. Short kick. And they're going to let it go through to Rogers. He picks it on a bounce at the 10. Gets to the outside, stutter step, and gets out of bounds right about the 21-yard line. And that's where Bakersfield will take over, 1st and 10. Not a whole lot of nice kick there by McLaughlin's able to, kind of kick it over to the last defender there, but just in front of the up man, so he doesn't able to get it cleanly. And that's the only way you're going to stop him until the Griffins get a better job on their kick coverage.
That was Kevin Longstreet making the tackle there on special teams. Gavin Porch forcing it. Kevin Longstreet finishing the tackle.
Montero under center. Rogers, the deep man in the eye. Rogers gets it, try to get to the outside. He does. He's got the corner. He's got it. He's got the crease and more. Ball's on the ground. And now they're going to mark it. They're going to say he's down right at the 35-yard line. Another big chunk run by Tybo Rogers.
Ooh, Kent. It's like DeAndre Moore hobbling off the field.
Well, this is DeAndre's first action, as he wasn't able to play in the scrimmage game. So 1st and 10 for the Bakersfield Drillers. Inside handoff again. Shin Brennan all over him as Brennan hauls him down after just a couple-yard gain. Big 6'5" defensive end, Shin Brennan, able to pull him down.
Shin Brennan, a huge guy, and you really don't want to go body to body with him.
And he's only a junior.
Shin, a guest on our coaches show last year. Oop.
We got a 2nd down and 9 for Bakersfield. Montero rollout. Upton throws in and out of the hands, the intended receiver there. As Wills was in coverage, making sure he doesn't go anywhere with that. The fullback leaking out of the backfield. 3rd down and 9.
And a good job covering space there from Wills. He was in there for DeAndre Moore, who had to pull himself out to the game for a quick second. DeAndre's back in. Looks like DeAndre is going to be playing the safety this play.
Yeah, that's his normal spot for the Griffins. Yeah, so there was a flag came in. I'm not sure if it was a late flag. I didn't see that one come in at all. It was a major penalty.
I'm not sure what that was either, Ken. I totally missed it.
Yeah, it was during the play. Generally, it's a hold, but that almost looked like a 15-yarder. I didn't see the Whitehead give a signal.
Did
okay, well.
Marks off to be 15.
We'll replay 2nd down. Shotgun for Montero. Back to pass he goes. Steps up. He's got time. Now he breaks pocket, throws out, swing pass. Rogers has it, trying to get to the outside. Yeah, doing a nice job is Ethan O'Connor shedding the block. That's actually a big-time play. Holding a block, shedding it, and then taking Rogers out of bounds there. Nice play by Ethan O'Connor.
Getting held by a block, that's for darn sure. He was getting bear hugged right there.
Well, I don't know who was
still
holding
able
who.
to shed him.
That's a good point. I don't know who was holding who there. We'll call it a shed.
Ethan kind of kept it there and said, you gonna call this hold, or I'm just going to throw this guy off and make a tackle, and end up being throw the guy off and make a tackle.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 18 for Bakersfield. Montero sent trips out to the right side at 10:24 here in the 3rd quarter. Montero's back to pass it goes. He's in trouble. Oh, almost got hit. Ball's almost intercepted. It is intercepted. Tipped up in the air by DeAndre Moore. He tipped it up in the air. And actually making the interception was C.J. Berthon, the sophomore for the Griffins. And the Griffins have it in great field position at the Bakersfield 31-yard line. It's only the first interception of the night for Bakersfield.
It's called being in the right place at the right time to come up off a rebound from DeAndre Moore. DeAndre, he picked that ball off the ground. Basically, it was at his he just ran up out of nowhere, picked that ball off the ground, popped it up, and ended up in the hands of the sophomore, getting some of his first playing time on the Los Alamitos Griffins. What a play there, Kent. A good way to start your sophomore year for C.J. Berthon.
1st and 10. Griffins at the Bakersfield 31-yard line. Nigel Osborne, the game at running back. He's offset to the left of Nelson. He gets it, stutter step. Not much doing there for Osborne.
That was the first time we've seen Osborne not be able to break through the line there. Looked like we were trying to run, well, possibly might have been a counter, just like they've been getting with us, getting us with earlier tonight.
And this time Nelson's able to get him on the hard count. You know, he's been getting better and better at that. He's had a few of those happen so far in his early career, you know, basically young career. As a sophomore,
He used to get him as a freshman too.
Absolutely.
That's one big thing that they talk about Malachi Nelson. Ever since he's been 9 years old, just a high IQ in football. That's started doing his audibles at 9 years old.
Incredible. Osborne, he's got a blocker in front of him, gets to the outside. He's got a first down. It's Nigel Osborne, driven out of bounds there. And there's going to be a flag. That's kind of dumb. That's going to be on the Griffins.
I don't know. The Griffins aren't giving themselves a good look bouncing around after a flag like that. That doesn't look too good, guys. And I hope the coaching staff says something to this defensive line who wants to jaw at everybody instead of just play football.
Coach Fenton calls him over, and he's going to have something to say to them. That's the kind of stuff he's just not about.
No, this is
so
not what we're about.
Flag. You know, if they get, I'm not sure who they're going to get here, but the way that flag happened, it happened after.
It just makes zero sense, Ken. You get a flag pulled on your team, and then you're racing around and prancing around like you did something good for your fans or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Griffin's got to get it together. This is football. You got to have some IQ about it too. This is not going to help you later on the season. I mean, not now, not later, not ever.
No, you're right. You know,
it always comes back to bite you.
There was a first. You know, Osborne had a first down. Now let's see what we got here. It's first down, and then there's a dead ball, personal foul against Los Alamitos. So I think what's going to happen there is first down, they're going to mark it back 15 yards. It's just, as Chick Hearn would say, not a Phi Beta Kappa foul there by the Griffins.
I'm still not quite sure why there's a defensive lineman who's all the way out of bounds on the sideline.
Well, actually, it would have been a Griffins offensive lineman.
Or offensive lineman. It just John, for no reason, makes no sense to me. Just a lineman in general off to the sidelines, way away from the rest of their home.
Well, there was again, you want your blockers to block them out, block them through the whistle. That's what you teach. Block through the whistle, not to the whistle. They did, and then there was some jawing back and forth, and then there was a push. And that push drew the flag. And I'll just avoid saying who did it, but
selfish.
Those of you watching in, just
selfish push.
Not a Phi Beta Kappa move for sure. Not that I'm critical about that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can overcome that. 1st and 10. Sometimes those fouls, the way they'll go is they'll have the first down, then they'll mark 15 back, so then you'll go 1st and 25, which is just an absolute bust. 1st and 10, LaSalle at their own 36-yard line. Nelson gives it to Nelson. No, he keeps it himself. Malachi Nelson on the keeper. Wow. Boy, he pulled that thing out of there, and boy, what a nice run by Malachi Nelson. All the way down to the 20-yard line. Big run for number 7 for Los Alamitos using his legs.
That's what happens when you've been handing that ball off each time the whole night. The first time you pull it, the defense is most certainly to jump.
And they did.
They followed
Nigel. I think this is his 3rd run of the night, and boy, the longest run too. 1st and 10, Los Al at the Driller 20-yard line. Osborne's get it. Cuts up at the 20, gets down to the inside the 15-yard line. Nigel Osborne, a 5-yard tough run on the right side.
Looks like he'll be getting a breather here from Brian Gerardo.
And that's just it. Brian Gerardo, he was tough last year at running back as well. 7.4 yards a carry. Second and 5. Gerardo gets it. Left side he goes. And taken down from the backside. Nice play. And he's hurt. Not sure what happened there, but nice play there by Alex Roca.
Yeah, the senior strong safety outside linebacker, standing at 6'3", 195 pounds, came down to make the tackle on Gerardo.
And his legs hurt. He's got a lower leg injury there, and the way he dragged it, that does not look good. No, he's in bad shape there. Oh, I hate to see that. Again, he's so highly thought of by Coach Stewart and the rest of his team, Alex Roca. And boy, you just hope that this is just pain and nothing serious. Not the first game of the year of his senior season.
Looks like they're trying to get rid of a cramp right now.
Let's hope that it's a cramp.
Looks like he's stuck in a cramp.
Oh, okay. Well, that's. Justin, you're a sports medicine kind of guy, right?
Yeah, I know what those cramps feel like. They don't feel any better when your coach gets on you afterwards either.
Is that even more pain? Is that what you're trying to say?
I've never had one like that during the game, but I've taken a few helmets to the back of the arm and stuff. You know, one time where I went down and popped back up, and you definitely don't like going down on the field. You know, you really only stay down if that's the absolute only option. And right now for Bakersfield, you know, it looked to be that type of play. Alex Roca going down hard with was like a twisted ankle or a cramp or something, or a twisted ankle and then a cramp. He's, you know, very slow to get off right now. That will likely tell you it's more than just a cramp. But the way they were stretching him out looked like to be like a cramp for me as well.
Well, next up for Bakersfield is they're going to be at Clovis next week. That's up near where we're going to be in a couple weeks when we take on Buchanan in week 3 ball game on September 10th, up to take on the Buchanan Bulldogs. Bakersfield's also taking on Sierra Canyon at home on September 24th, just before they start Southwest Yosemite League play. Again, it's not like Bakersfield's ducking anybody. They've got a heck of a preseason schedule, scheduling LaSalle and then Sierra Canyon in the same preseason. Coach Stewart wants to see what his boys can do before they get going. Low snap from Nelson, sets up throws, complete out to the right side. DeAndre Moore's got it. He's in. Touchdown, Griffins.
And once again, DeAndre with his second touchdown of the night, number 2 with 2 touchdowns. That time going in from inside the red zone, about 6 yards out. He does a little inside route, hook route, makes the catch, turns it outside, breaks a tackle, and runs it right in. DeAndre, he's got a huge lower body, a la like a young Saquon Barkley. He's got huge legs, Kent, and if you don't get around that waist to tackle him, those tree trunk legs are going to slip right through you.
He is pretty special there with his, we saw him last week, just walking around during the scrimmage. Really nice kid. And he's put together. Again, another legit Division I kind of guy, multiple offers. Oklahoma really wants him as well. But DeAndre Moore just used his strength to break that tackle and win in the end zone easily.
That's what you like to see. The Griffins continuing the onslaught. They didn't come out from half and decide that they were going to, play pity-patty. They got right back to it.
Well, they turned that interception into a touchdown.
Mind you, that whole series was set up by who, Kent? DeAndre Moore.
DeAndre Moore, exactly.
Knocking that ball into the hands of the young sophomore.
And he's able to take it to pay dirt for himself.
So.
Well, Tyler McLaughlin on to try the extra point. Out of the hole of Brian Gerardo. High snap, picks it up. It is up and through. And the score with 8:15 to go here in the third quarter. Los Alamitos 44, Bakersfield 9.
And Ken, in case you were checking, Gerardo's now played running back, linebacker, both special teams. That's kickoff, kick return. And he's now catching snaps. So if you'd like Gerardo to make you a hot dog after the game, he'll probably get it done for you.
Again, great kid, Brian Gerardo, and great parents. He's just one of those kids you really root for. And you like those guys that do multiple stuff. I mean, that's your kind of guy. He's a
Gerardo's my kind of guy, man.
Renaissance man, football player. That's the kind of guy he is.
He's just willing to step up. He's the first guy to step up when they say, hey, we need somebody to do this. He says, all right, I'm the guy. You know, he don't even have to know what it is. And
what do you want me to do, Coach? I'm in. I
yeah.
got it.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest stories I heard. A quick one. Pat McAfee says, you know, he went in to kick one way and asked him, can you punt? And he's, yeah, of course I can punt. And he really not really practice it. Ends up punting in the league for how long?
Yeah.
You know, kind of Gerardo's the same way. Just like last year as a safety, and then they're like, hey, can you play running back? Sure, I can play running back.
And then, hey, Brian, can you play middle linebacker too?
Yeah.
Sure, Coach, I got it. So, yeah,
No
Brian
problem.
Gerardo moves from safety last season to middle linebacker, replacing Mason Burt. Hard to replace Mason Burt, another one of our favorite guys.
The bullet.
But, you know, it's just guys in the middle that do all that, you know, all the dirty work that you just really like. Well, there's a penalty on the Griffins that moved the ball back to the 25-yard line. Looks like it's an unsportsmanlike call after the touchdown. Another one for the Griffins. That's a short kick taken across midfield down to the 48-yard line. And, you know, this you're gonna find me a little critical here, but you know these kind of personal fouls, unsportsmanlike penalties against the Griffins, it's not what you need. You know, it's not one of these like late hit kind of things. It's the nonsense kind of fouls, and the nonsense is just lose me on the nonsense.
If that's not cleared up the next few weeks, it will definitely affect us.
Absolutely, you can't do it. Just can't do it. First and 10, Bakersfield, the Griffin 49. Inside handoff, it's got room. The big sophomore crosses the 35-yard line down to the 34-yard line.
And what a huge open field tackle there by DeAndre Moore. The running back made a move on him. He was able to switch his feet and still make the tackle. You know, I just think down the line to that last game of preseason against Santa Margarita High School, a team that comes from the Trinity League. And if you get penalties like that on them, they're going to laugh at you and keep trying to make you do more and more and more and more. And at the end of the day, if that happens, you're probably not beating those guys.
Draysher Mackey with a big run. And there's a speed guy on the outside. Rogers still on his feet, down inside the 10-yard line. Wow, Tybo Rogers. And there's a Bakersfield player. He's in pain down on his back at the 34-yard line.
Tybo Rogers, he puts his foot in the ground. Whoever he made miss there was not one that we want to talk about. But that was a good move. Stuck one foot in the ground, a quick little shake, and he's fast, Kent. He's big.
Well, I'll tell you what, this, as you kind of alluded to, you played linebacker, so you'll know there's some miscommunication going on down there. Yes, he's fast, but that, you know, those kind of gash runs by so many guys, it's just, you know, Coach Colby's just going to be beside himself, and you don't want to be a defensive guy tomorrow, I don't think.
I'd be willing to guess that there's something going on down there on the stunts on the defensive line, or what's going on the defensive line. Somebody's not just getting lined up in the right gap every time, because it seems like when we're home where we're supposed to be, things are going well. The second that you know, we over pursue, which is happening on those draws and the counters, we're coming in hard, hot and heavy, and he's just handing the ball off literally right after our guys clear out. So you know, they've kind of got this timing thing going against a very hungry Griffins defense who's just trying to make big plays. And the Griffins defense is used to pulling their ears back and going after a quarterback. This is not the type of quarterback you can do that with, and it's not the type of running backs either. It's a very strategic offense, a professional style offense, and you really got to stay home and play true football to what you see as far as what guards are pulling. That will tell you where that counter's going every time. And that's what the Griffins are working on right now, getting some good in-seat work here to start the season.
Well, again, with Tybo Rogers moving to running back, seems like he's belonging there all along. I haven't seen many wide receivers move to running back and do that. He runs like he's been the running back all along. I mean, not a whole lot of shake and bake, not a whole lot of setting up the blocks, but just fast. Hits the hole like no other and goes to the right hole. First and goal, Bakersfield at the Griffin 9-yard line. Rogers, and this time he's all stacked up.
That time the whole Griffins D was after Mr. Rogers.
And There's a new quarterback in the ball game as Montero's out. And Dr. Mel Williams in at quarterback for Bakersfield. Not sure if he's injured, Montero, but Coach Stewart's going to see what he's got with Williams. Well, when you turn around and hand the ball off to a guy like number 22, that's not too bad. So Williams got it, and again, tough centers exchange there, and I think that's what happens when you don't have the right, all the right amount of reps. That kind of things happen.
He's a very much different size quarterback than the previous quarterback, and
he looks like the kind of quarterback that's going to make some plays with his feet. He's got that kind of look to him. He's got a kind of a wiry, smaller build than Montero. In any event, it's 3rd down and goal back at the 14-yard line. Williams up under center. Play action fake, rolls out to the right, throws it's complete, and nothing doing there as the Griffins right there on defense.
Surprise, surprise, middle linebacker getting out there to make a big tackle. Brian Gerardo once again.
I think that was,
no.
Was
that Dorsey? That was Dorsey, that was 20.
That was Dorsey.
Isaiah Dorsey coming up from the safety position, a couple even more yards back. These guys play fast, Kent.
Yeah.
I'm mixing up 20, 21, and 28. They're all about the same size, making big plays. It's hard to catch. They're fast guys.
Well, Coach Stewart sends on the field goal unit to attempt a 30-yarder here. Well, the flag was taken down, so can't really tell if there's much. Actually, it feels like the wind stopped too.
Correct.
So we're in pretty good shape. And officials take a quick timeout, talk things over. Yeah, I don't think Montero was injured, although he's kind of, Roca's still a little dinged up there. But I think it's like you said, it looked like he had a cramp, the way he was they're trying to stretch him out. I mean, you don't do that to a guy that's got a knee injury.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine it's.
I think at this point with the game being where it is, do you want to see give this guy a little extra time to see what he can do? The backup quarterback, see what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Bakersfield adds 3 to their points. Los Alamitos 44, Bakersfield 12. And that kick was a good 35-yarder from the right hash. Into the slight breeze. Not hold much breeze right now.
Very good kick, Kent. Had a little bit of a draw to it.
Yeah, it did. Well, you kind of expected, Griffins are pretty heavy favorite in tonight's ball game. If you believe Cal Preps, which right now they really don't make any sense. They had Griffins scoring 62 points. Doesn't mean the Griffins can't still put up 62 points, but 44-12. Griffins averaged over 50 a game last year. You got to imagine the way the Griffins are going, 50's pretty well. 50's in the bag, I think.
I think they're headed there.
I would imagine they are. Let's see if Bakersfield decides to kick it deep again.
Everybody stand up for the kickoff. Say go.
Zernales has it right at the 40-yard line. Remember, those 3 points was set up by that Griffins unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It's starting to kick from the 25-yard line. Zernales kicks off, short kick, taken by the up man. On the left side he goes. And that's Longstreet. He's still got room. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's going. Touchdown, Griffins.
And Longstreet with the vision as well, Kent. Holy smokes. Longstreet picks that short kick up as the up back, allows Makai Lemon and the other return man, I think it was DeAndre back there, to get in front of him, lead block, breaks the tackle of one guy, and just is off to the run. Makai Lemon went down and blocked another person for him. These guys love blocking for each other. I've never seen a group of special teams guys and offensive receivers just continuously block for each other, one after the next, so unselfishly. It's great.
Kevin Longstreet takes it 80 yards for a Griffin touchdown. Wow, Griffin special teams got to be pretty happy. That was for a while there, a couple of years ago. The special teams unit for the Griffins wasn't too exciting. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:14 to go here in the third quarter, Los Alamitos 51 and Bakersfield 12. You remember a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, the Griffin special teams unit was abysmal. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it couldn't really do much. But boy, I'll tell you what, Coach Russell's got to be really happy with this special team unit so far tonight. Wow.
Very much so, Kent. They've done everything that you can do and better, and it's a big difference from a few years ago. We're now catching every punt on the fly. We're making these. What's that? The third touchdown tonight from special teams, Kent?
I think so.
It gets hard to keep count. I think Malachi might be getting upset right now. He's like, you're taking my touchdowns off the board, especially scoring.
Well, he's got 3, and before the night started, he had 29 career touchdowns. He was halfway there to Kevin Federick's 58 touchdown as a career. So we're kind of joking around. Well, what game does Malachi Nelson break the record? Well, he's got 3 touchdown passes tonight, so now makes him at 32, and he's well on his way to becoming. I would imagine by the time we're all said and done here, he's going to be the all-time touchdown leader in Los Alamitos Griffin history, and that's a lot of guys who are really good. Short kick taken by the up man, 25-yard line. That gets to the 30, and the big man gets ganged up right around the 35-yard line. That's Micaiah Douglas.
Micaiah wanted to hand that ball back to somebody else at first and decided to run it himself.
Well, the big man wanted it. He got it. Say, God, give me that ball. I'll run with it. It's kind of like, what was that movie, The Replacements? Those big guys get the ball.
Or Little Giants. He might have been on the Little Giants, too.
The Replacements were those guys, those big guys get the ball, that big Asian guy, after he eats all those eggs.
Oh, yeah, that's
all
right.
Over the field. Replacements is a great movie. Yeah, our camera gal going to the NYU here pretty soon.
Maddie's going to the NYU.
Maddie going
Film
to NYU,
school.
Former Griffin. Actually graduated last year from the class here from Connor Brown. Came back here, is doing the camera work up here in the Sizzler Lift with us. And this will be her only game she's going to be doing for the Griffins this season, as NYU is on its way. And look out, Maddie. She'll be directing here soon. So coming to a theater near you, look out for Maddie. She's going to have to get a different screen name or something that's really memorable.
We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see if we can get Maddie back, next year and see what she's been able to accomplish there in her first year of college.
Yeah, we kind of like Maddie.
Maybe she'll do a little short on Malachi Nelson and Makai Lemon, the 714 connection.
Nah, she's got to do a short on us, right?
Oh, there you go. We need to do an in-depth
an expose on Justin and Kent.
The last chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of the last dance.
There we go, the last chat. Bakersfield has it. 1st and 10, they're on 34, and there's a false start here. Or no, the Griffins are offside.
Oh, Bakersfield going to the old school trap on that play, Kent. You see him setting up the trap?
No.
See if they have that one right there is a play you don't see too often in high school anymore. They're pulling the right guard right on the inside of the hip of the quarterback and running the running back right up behind him. But kind of almost a play that tricks you as a linebacker, or is meant to trick you so that you run to the left when they're trapping you the opposite way. That's why they call it hence the trap.
And, there we go. Inside, exactly what you're talking about.
That time they ran the same play, just the opposite way.
And it looked like Adam Tomchek was all over that one. Also into the game for the Griffins is sophomore Exodus Allo. He's the son of freshman head coach Robert Allo. Yeah, left defensive end for the Griffins as the Griffins start to empty their bench here in the third quarter. Get to see some of the younger guys in there.
Always good to get some playing time early on in the year. It helps increase the depth, get a real look at how a guy's game film looks out on the field there. See if the game's too big for him as a freshman.
Well, Exodus is a sophomore.
Sophomore, sorry.
Big 6'2", 240-pound guy. We'll see what he can do up here. Under the lights at John Barnes Field. Williams hands off on a draw play, and Rogers gets gang tackled over on the right side there. Exodus Allo in the middle of all that, along with Zephaniah Misa. Well, I'll tell you what, Misa's see him a whole lot tonight.
Tom checking the backfield there too, just guessed wrong, going after the quarterback instead of the running back.
Shin Brennan back in the ball game. Be sure you, those of you watching, listening in here from Los Alamitos, make sure you follow the coaches show next Tuesday from the Griffins Grill at 6 o'clock. We'll have defensive coordinator Mike Cobley and Achilles Campos on the show. Well, you're going to have fun talking to Coach Cobley, huh?
We'll have a great time.
They're down at 5. Williams throws and incomplete, just wide of the target there, and that'll bring up a 4th down for Bakersfield, and they'll send the punting unit on.
Is there a gentleman's rule tonight, Kent, that we're going to keep the clock, not do a running clock or anything, or what's the rule? It's 39 points right now, correct?
Yeah, it's 39. And you know what? I'll tell you.
I think these guys agreed to play an actual football game. That's what it's looking like.
Well, a guy like Coach Stewart, there's no way a Coach Stewart would say, oh, yeah, we want a running clock. We want the mercy rule. No way that guy would do that.
Nope.
You know, it's
gotta love his calmness, his demeanor, and even the sidelines, man. These guys, you know, Bakersfield is giving a valiant effort against a really good Los Alamitos team. And I could see Bakersfield beating up on some guys this season, taking out.
You know they are. I mean,
I wouldn't want to play these running backs.
Well, let's face it. Los Al, number 7 team in the state, they're pretty legit. As ball's taken by Wills, he's got a room to the outside. Flag comes in. I don't know what the flag's on as Wills takes it down to the 32-yard line. I mean, literally, where that flag was thrown,
wow,
nobody was even there. I don't even know who they were throwing it at because
the block was clean too. It was clean as
there
clean
was
as a baby's butt.
Nobody there. I mean, this flag just come flying in from nowhere. Maybe it came out of the sky. Yep, it's gonna get the Griffins. It's gonna wipe out a big return by Alec Wills. That flag came out of the sky. That song by Creedence Clearwater Revival came out of the sky.
Great band.
Huh?
So that's a great band.
Yeah, it is a great band. I didn't think you'd remember those guys.
My mom loved them.
Yeah, CCR. It's folks in Bakersfield. Have you ever heard of the Bakersfield Sound, country music? Dwight Yoakam, Merle Haggard.
I don't try to go through Bakersfield. I drive straight through up north.
Yeah.
Bakersfield's too warm. They got some good meat out there, though. You stop in there. And Harris Ranch isn't too far away.
Ranch, absolutely.
I love Harris Ranch.
Yeah,
Best meat you can get.
Oh, no kidding.
As long as you can hold your nose on the walk in. It smells a little stinky outside.
Got to give a shout out to Randy Stanton and company down on the chain gang in front of us here. That snap picked up by Malachi. Steps up, throws. Will's got it. Down the middle he goes. His first catch of the night. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Stays on his feet. He's in! Touchdown! Griffins! 80 yards. Alec Wills from Malachi Nelson.
And Kent, that's just 3 guys down there doing the do-si-do, making the blocks to push their own guy in the end zone. Alec Wills deserved that. And it's a very similar touchdown to what we've seen from him last week in the Mission Viejo scrimmage. Just the will to get in is, you can't stop the guy. He's getting in the end zone. Alec Wills has become a very high-performing, dynamic receiver. And Ken, there's 4 guys on here who could just catch a ball like no other.
His balance is it's the balance. He got hit by 3 guys at least, was able to keep his balance all the way through. As Tyler McLaughlin knocks it through, making the score Los Alamitos 58, Bakersfield 12 with 3:16 to go. But no, Wills Again, you talk about all the different weapons of the Griffins. Will's just yet another guy. And you know who hasn't really made a big impact tonight? Gavin Port. He's another one of those guys that just, they just keep coming at you. And so, if you're a defender, who are you going to pick? Pick your poison.
Well, in that time, Kent, Malachi takes the snap. It's a short, low snap, so it's a bobbled snap, touches the ground. Malachi then picks the ball back up. You'd think that would throw off the timing of the whole play. And just as clear as day, doesn't take one step, tosses it straight to Alec Wills, and he's in stride without anybody on him right down the center of the field. And, I mean, there's sometimes you can be good, there's sometimes you can be great, sometimes you're just lucky. And that time, a little bit of luck, that ball bounces down the ground, you're able to pick it back up, and a lot of skill to not just jump all over it. Just a really good team effort right now. And at the end there's two, 5-star offer kind of guys who are making blocks at the end of the play for Alec Wills to help burst him in the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
That says
Down
everything,
the field.
Ken.
Exactly. You're exactly right. McLaughlin boots this one deep. Taken at the 5. It's returnable. 15-20. Try to get to the outside. Stumbles a little bit. Crosses the 30. Still on his feet. Heck of a run there.
Tackle made there by Gavin Porch.
Boy, that's a gutty run. Yeah, again, that's not somebody who's going to lay down right here. That's what Coach Stewart's looking for right now. Daylon Leach decided to take that ball, ran hard. It's like that's what coaches are looking for right now. What kind of guy? Who's stepping up right now? Who's gonna play even though the score's what it is? And that's what you want to see. And even on the Griffin side, you want to see those guys playing like, hey, you're going to play like it matters. You're not going to play like you got a big lead. You're going to play like every play matters. And that's what you want to see from high school football. That's what it's about. Ferguson in that cornerback places DeAndre Moore, and they're going to test him right out the gate. He's cut. He's going to get headed to the zone. Boy, they went right after the replacement of Ethan O'Connor, and taking it for a touchdown was Tybo Rogers. They went right after the young replacement for Ethan O'Connor. Boy, I'm just all tongue-tied here.
And I hope his coaching staff gets to him, because that was not a very good effort at the end there to try to make a tackle on that play.
That's B.J. Ferguson, and yeah, Coach Coby's been talking to him up quite a bit this offseason. And again, he's going against a track guy who just beat him. He's just fast. Yeah. One more time, we're going to talk about about Tybo Rogers. God, what can you say about him?
That he's everything the coach said he was.
Snap down. That kick is no good, off to the right. So with 2:54 to go here in the third quarter, Los Alamitos 58 and Bakersfield 18. But, nice thing about that throw, quarterback Williams made a really nice throw. It actually was a very good throw. It wasn't like he wasn't covered. It wasn't like he was wide open. Nice throw there by Williams. I think that was his first completion of the night, long for a touchdown.
The tough part is great catch. He was, cornerback was walking with him foot for foot almost. The receiver was able to break out just a little bit, makes a good catch, but that ball hung up in the air for a while, and the corner's still got to get to the back end of that receiver and make a tackle, Kent. You can't just give up on the play after he makes the catch, and that's, ultimately that's exactly what happened. There was no effort after the catch was made to make a tackle, and that's a learning lesson that will be talked about in film, and something that you'll work on going forward.
Well, it might have been one of those things where, well, that guy's got a step. He got about 2 steps.
You still lay out for it. You still lay out for it. You got to give effort, man.
Yeah, it may have been our angle. He may have been like 10 yards behind him, and
maybe.
we just missed it.
I got bad eyes. Everybody knows that.
Ball's kicked. It's returnable. That's Makai Lemon with it, and he's in the open field, and that spells trouble. There's a flag on the play. Lemon gets to the outside, still on his feet. Breaking tackle after tackle, taking it the distance. He'll go for a touchdown. Makai Lemon running about 90 yards, but there's a flag back at the 24-yard line, and that's going to bring that one back. Chop block against the Griffins. So that wipes out a 90-yard Makai Lemon touchdown. I guess one of those
the Griffins going to have to work
on. That
on.
block had anything to do with this play.
Yeah, you got to get your hands on blocks, though, because this is what's going to happen. Anytime your skill guys get the ball in their hands like this, teams are going to come to know that the Griffins they like to hit, they like to jaw, they like to do this, like that. Like, just make the block. You got a fast guy who sets himself up and sets you up. You got to make the block. You don't have to take somebody out, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what's happened twice now. We've got, guys bulleting down to just knock somebody's head off, and it's not the smartest decision when you've got somebody back there who's very dangerous to score every single time.
Absolutely right. I mean,
You don't need to take someone's head off to spring this
you
guy.
don't.
You just need to set your body in the right position to make a block so that he can get the space he needs to make the moves that he needs to make.
You really just need to get in the way a little bit, and they'll do the rest.
I've seen Gavin Porch do it last week. He just kind of did a body screen where he even took his hands out and just said, whoop. And that's what we'd like to see a little more of.
Okay, well, Griffins seems like they've emptied the bench here. Inside handoff, trying to get the outside. Whoa, big hit.
That's some tough running, though, Kent.
That was Anthony League, the freshman. His first varsity action took a big hit. As there's a whole host of Griffins in there. Huson Longstreet.
It actually looked like Jeremiah Jimenez, 29.
Yeah, Huson Longstreet. Oh, was that 29?
Yep.
Oh,
Sophomore running back.
okay. Well,
Another
I thought
sophomore.
it was Anthony League. All righty. Huson Longstreet, the freshman, in at quarterback. Inside handoff. And that was Devin. If that was number 22, that's Devin Porch, the younger brother of Gavin Porch. And that's who that was. Devin Porch, his first varsity action. Again, the Griffins got a whole bunch of freshmen in there right now. As Longstreet gets him to jump. Oh my. When you see a freshman doing that kind of stuff, giving the clap, doing the, it's what a great tutoring opportunity for Huson Longstreet. Again, not a slouch in his own right as a recruited kind of guy. I want to say he's like one of the top young freshman quarterbacks, certainly in the state. Takes inside handoff and driving close to first down yardage. Let's pick that up. That was Porch again. Pick it up 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. As Chase Grossfield is in the ballgame also. Huson Longstreet sets up throws. It's complete out to the left side, and that should be enough for a Griffin first down. Good to see the young guys in the game. Again, Justin, that's the best part about not having a running clock right now, is that these guys are actually going to get some action on both sides. Bakersfield and Los Alamitos getting some time in here that ordinarily you wouldn't see. It'd be 8 plays, game's over, and we'd be getting home. As Longstreet gets him to go again. My.
I got used to listening to that same cadence all game long. Longstreet came in, he changed the cadence a bit, and they're jumping. And Ken, it's about the time people start clearing out of the parking lot when a score is like this, but mostly surprising because most of the fans, every single one of the Los Alamitos is still here, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Most of the rest of the fans and parents are still here as well.
Longstreet sets up throws. Almost pulled in. Nice play there on defense by Bakersfield, but that ball out there was to Davis Derrico, another sophomore for the Griffins. And there was holding, so that wouldn't have counted anyway. Almost threaded the needle there. It was a nice throw there by Huson Longstreet.
It was definitely a very nice throw there. Looked to be right on the money. Similar throw to what we seen Malachi throw to Mackay earlier on tonight.
Yeah, Longstreet's got kind of a sidearm, 3/4 arm throw. It's not typical like over the top kind of quarterback. Something a Dan Davidson would be all over, but this got Danny Hernandez, also one of the the guru, the coaching combine guy. Danny Hernandez tutoring Huson Longstreet as well as Malachi Nelson. Sets up throws, too tall. Out to the left side.
Danny Hernandez,
2nd and 15.
Was also responsible for training Bryce Young and a plethora of other guys as well who have been around the area and have done a great job and are at the next level now. So here Bryce Young expected to have a big year this year.
Yeah, started for Alabama. As Longstreet checks play called in by relay down from offensive coordinator T.J. Fenton. Longstreet sets up throws in and out of the hands of the receiver there. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15.
Some lineman battles going on down there. You got to see that.
Pretty far downfield too. And they got a Bakersfield guy on his back with 11.6 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Well, as we said, up next week for the Griffins, Lincoln High School of San Diego, the number 3 team in the county. Elsewhere, we can go ahead and do a recap of what's going on around the Sunset League. Corona Del Mar is at Downey, taking on former Griffin Aiden Childs and company. Elisa Niguel is at Huntington Beach. Servite in a big game against Edison. That game was brought about because Edison's game was canceled due to a COVID, kind of a COVID. There was COVID contact tracing. So Servite didn't have a game. They were able to get together and put that game together at the last minute. Valencia from Placentia is taking on Fountain Valley, and Newport Harbor is at Yorba Linda. In lower division, I don't know if we shared this stuff, but earlier yesterday, the freshman team was supposed to play Mayfair, but that game ended up getting canceled because of COVID contact tracing. And then the JVs were halfway to Bakersfield when there's a huge fire going on in Kern County. So the district office over there said, we better not have that. The air quality is too unhealthful, so we're not going to play. So Coach Snyder and his group had to turn around and come back. So no lower division games for the Griffins. Yeah, we're just fortunate to be able to get this game off. And actually, from what I understand, there really weren't any other cancellations around the county, if you believe what Eric Sondheimer had to say.
Well, surprise, Ken. We got through our first week, even though it was a little rough, right?
Yeah, even this broadcast was a little rough tonight. Didn't have a whole lot of sound at the beginning. Technical difficulties. Transformer or the generator blows. So, generally that would be something that would kind of end the broadcast. But the guys in the truck down here were able to get it together and patch us up and get us going. And yeah, we missed a little bit of it, but yeah, we're catching the end of the game. Most of the game we got. Okay, here we got 3rd down and 15 for LaSalle. Longstreet sets up, throws an incomplete. Oh, wow. And there's a flag. Yeah, that flag was going to come in. That's they're going to call that every time now. That was a flag that they weren't calling before. They call it a defenseless receiver. And, boy, he got bailed out of that one a little bit because, wow, what a big hit.
That's a little bit different. If he catches the football and you make that hit, he'd probably get called still, but the ball clearly had been popped off of his hands and he got hit. I mean, it was a bang-bang play.
And he got hit up high, too.
But, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you definitely cannot hit him up high. And hopefully he gets up here quick. But, boy, it's varsity action. A lot of times the guys that have been playing a while, they know how to avoid that kind of contact. They're able to. They know it's coming. They do a little quick shift with their body, so they're not going to take that big hit.
Yeah, sometimes as a receiver, you'll cut your route a yard short and go up for it, right? So that if somebody's coming in on you, and let's say the ball's being thrown, safety's got 5 yards on you. You kind of know your speed and his speed, and you'll adjust. You'll cut it short a little bit, jump up for the ball, high point it. That's when you're a newer, younger guy trying to learn on the varsity field. It doesn't necessarily go like that. And that time, that was a tough hit, Kent.
Well, he's able to get up, and the officials actually waved off the flag.
Is that Solomon?
That was Matthew Solomon on the receiving end of that big hit. Officials got together and decided, well, that's not a flag after all. I would have bet a lot of money that was actually going to be a flag. Just the way that usually goes down. So now it's going to be 4th down and 15 punting situation. Not sure who the backup punter is. Maybe Husan Longstreet's a backup punter as well.
And boy, oh boy, Kent, this into this third quarter has been a very slow one.
Yeah, it seems like we've been at under a minute for quite some time. As Malachi Nelson comes on, and he is a punter. Now, I can't imagine him doing a fake punt here up 40 points in the, late in the third quarter. But yeah, I just don't see it. But anyway, 4th down and 15, punting situation. Nelson kicks it away. Fielded right at the 36-yard line, and no return whatsoever. So Griffins were right on top of it. And that's the way the third quarter will end. The score at the end of 3, Los Alamitos 58 and Bakersfield 18. We're going to head on down and take a look at the Los Al Locos for the roller coaster. Those of you who haven't seen that before, it's a treat. We'll just throw it down to them and let that play through. When I was in high school, that never happened. That's kind of cool. Los Al Locos getting the roller coaster going one more time here for Los Alamitos High School. It's football season. Beginning of the school year. Feels kind of normal. Okay, 1st and 10, Bakersfield. Head the other way in the 4th quarter. Quick completion out to the left side there. And a nice pickup there on 1st down.
Good way to get the 4th quarter started, Kent.
Well, Dr. Mel Williams seems to be settling in, getting his feet wet. Coach Stewart wanting to see what he can do out there. It's nice to be able to have 2 quarterbacks, 2 or 3 or multiple quarterbacks, because, again, the quarterback position is really tough. A lot of people get injured. Throw deep down the right side, and incomplete. Boy, I'll tell you, there's that flag. As there was a big, as the defender had a big grab of Rogers' jersey there, as Tybo Rogers would have gotten right past him and tried to hang on. But nothing doing. Officials saw that as Hassani Scott had a big grab of number 22's jersey.
So where you learn what the real varsity speed's like, you get a guy like Tabo out there. It's different.
Yeah, it's
Elman grab onto this guy. Bro, just give me the flag, don't let him have the touchdown.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what that was. Just reached out and said, "No, you're not going to get past me."
Funny story for you, Kent. The first year Coach Fenton coached us, we played Orange Lou. We were not very good that year at Cypress, and anytime the ball went up in the air like that and I was beat, I just grabbed him straight by the hip, try to take him down.
Well, that makes sense. Inside hand up right up the gut, and the ball comes out.
Better to get a 15-yard flag than a touchdown given up every play, right? I think the ball popped out, went on the ground on that play, but looks like it was whistled down before the Griffins got to it.
That's been a few times now that the ball's popped out. 2nd down and 5 at the Griffin 38-yard line. Right up the gut again goes a sophomore, and this time got taken down right near the line of scrimmage or after a very short gain.
Once again, that's Danny Johnson.
Mackey, he's a load. Good size he's a sophomore too, and he's really thick down in the leg area, lower body strength, really thick. 3rd down and 2. Rogers gets it, try to get the corner. He's got the edge. Down the sideline he goes. 1st down, cuts inside, still on his feet. And taken out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Rogers again showing his speed. It's just, the book on Rogers is don't let him get to the outside, right? And he still gets to the outside. If you know you don't let him get to the outside and he's still getting there, something's either he's really fast and the Griffins are just not used to that kind of speed, or they're going to have to practice a lot faster than that. 1st down. Williams sets up and throws, too tall, as Rogers wasn't quite ready to receive that one. 2nd down.
Griffins playing in pretty tight coverage there. The 2nd team unit on for the Griffins, spotting in there and doing a good job in coverage. Quarterback let the ball get away from him a bit. Wasn't an accurate pass to his receiver.
Well, it looks like we're in a running clock situation as that pass is incomplete, but that clock is still running. So everything I said about running clock, you can forget about.
Well, it looks like they agreed to do it all the way up until the end of the 3rd quarter, and then at the 4th quarter we let the clock run. Seemed like there was something agreed on by the coaches or something unique tonight.
Williams sets up, throws, complete, high throw, but brought down. Leach probably should have let that one go, as it's going to be a loss on that play.
Another helmet off these Bakersfield guys. Can't imagine their coach is going to be too happy with these helmets coming off every other play.
That's a good way to get out, beg out of the game for a little bit. Yeah, you got a lot of these Bakersfield kids going both ways. It's got to be challenging for them, but you don't see them dragging much. They're a good conditioned team.
Yeah, they're most definitely a well-conditioned team.
Trips out to the left side now. Williams back to pass. He's in trouble. Ball's loose and on the ground. And Bakersfield on it again.
That time, the Alamitos Griffins defensive coach is calling up the blitz there. Matthew Solomon getting in there, the first guy in there, and was able to get a hand on the football. That football hit the ground, and Bakersfield lineman was able to come up with it.
Anthony League in on the stop as well. He's the freshman. 4th down, and Bakersfield kind of in no man's land, too far for a field goal, so you don't want to punt here either. 4th down and 20. Williams back to pass, throwing deep down the middle, and it's almost as though Rogers didn't see it coming or was held, and they didn't call a flag, and he's expecting the flag, didn't get it, and that's kind of a bust on young Mr. Rogers.
It's not the first time we've seen him do that.
Got to keep playing.
It's about the 3rd time tonight he's quit a route because he thought somebody was holding, and he got a call once, but that's a catchable ball, Kent.
Yeah, it's a
touchdown, actually.
You're not going to want. Those are one of those plays that you don't want to. You don't want to be in the film room with that one. Not with a guy like Coach Stewart's not going to be happy about that.
You're not with that athletic talent of a guy like Rogers. Your whole team's been playing really hard. You got to finish that play there.
Oh, 1st down Griffins. They got it now with 5:16 to go here in the ballgame. Both teams are substituting, trying to run guys on and off the field, make sure they both got 11, and officials kind of letting them play a little bit here. Longstreet hands off. Big run, still on his feet. He's at the 30, still on his feet down to the 25-yard line. Late flag comes in.
That looks like it's going to be a horse collar. Grab the horse collar from behind to tackle him. Almost forgot the name of that one, Kent.
It's Jeremiah Jimenez, a sophomore. Big run.
He was scooting.
Like 50 yards, they're going to tack on. And like half the distance of goal in that one, too, by that horse collar tackle you picked up.
This would be nice to see these guys score their first touchdown.
See if Longstreet can get it done. Inside handoff and still driving. down to the 5-yard line.
Here we go, Griffins. Here we go. Here we go.
So Griffins are trying to get over 60 points tonight.
Here we go, Griffins. Here we go. Last time. Here we go.
Actually, Longstreet's out of the ball game. That's Aiden Houston, the sophomore, third-string quarterback for the Griffins, in at quarterback. One more time, the outside, he's in, touchdown Griffins. Nice to see the second unit get in there and score. Jeremiah Jimenez, his first varsity touchdown.
And he went in fast and untouched.
You know, you see the second unit putting up points like that. That's what you want to see. Just both teams are still playing football. You know, you don't want to do the, okay, we got to run and we're only going to run. Put the second units in. Let these guys get in there and play. They both second teams and third teams, they work just as hard as everybody else, and their time under the light's important. As McLaughlin tacks on the extra point, perfect on the night, making the score. Griffins 65, Drillers 18 with 2:52 to go here in the ballgame. And I imagine this possession will be the last one for the Drillers, and we'll be heading on home here pretty quick.
Get us up out of this air, Kent. It's getting chilly out here in northern Orange County.
Are you cold there, Justin?
No, I'm not too cold.
I felt pretty good. So McLaughlin's a perfect. There's 9 touchdowns for the Griffins. Perfect 9 for 9. Good way to start his kicking career. Well, at least kicking career in his
senior year.
Senior year, yeah.
Last year did a tremendous job for us.
Yeah, this is Griffins offense, special teams, really been pretty special tonight. Get to see a lot of players get some action, and next week against Lincoln from San Diego, that's going to be one of those pretty tough ball games for Los Alamitos. Third-ranked team in San Diego making the trek up to place over at Westminster High School, 7:30 game. The game of the week of Bally's next Friday. As the Griffins, assuming the Griffins hang on to this 47-point lead with 1:20 to go here, I would imagine the Griffins are going to move to 7-0, or they'll move their win streak to 7 straight, which would be the longest since the 2004 season. And again, those Griffins look pretty special so far tonight. Yes, at least at this juncture, teams will want to just, with a minute to go, I'd imagine they just want to head on home and get back on the bus back to Bakersfield.
I think so as well, Kent.
So Justin, your takeaways so far, or just kind of wrap this thing up here tonight.
Explosive game. We were right where we need to be. I don't think we were at the level that we were at last week against Mission Viejo in our scrimmage. I don't think we quite hit that level as a team, even though we did produce and do very well, obviously, as you can see on the scoreboard. However, we're missing something just a little bit, Kent. We need to make sure that we shore up these penalties and make sure that we play stout defense. We gave up way too many. We got gashed on them running the football tonight, and that was the same way against Mission Viejo as well last week.
Well, actually, Mission Viejo wasn't able to run the ball.
Oh, they're actually passed on us. Sorry.
Exactly. They threw for 250 yards in the scrimmage, and but on the run, Griffins only gave up 15 yards on 10 carries against Mission Viejo. And again, Mission Viejo is the number 4 team in the county. Couldn't run the ball on the Griffins, so call me surprised. But I think the big difference difference between the both ball clubs is that number 22 for Bakersfield, he's got speed the Griffins haven't seen. Well, that's it. 000 on the scoreboard. That's it. The final from John Barnes Field. Los Alamitos 65, Bakersfield 18. As teams will meet in halftime to shake this, or meet at midfield to shake this one off. This certainly beats the wave that they did at halftime at the end of the games last season. This is the way you should be. Standing up and waving is kind of weak.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it. So again, best of success to the Bakersfield Drillers as they head on to continue on with their season. Certainly a team that doesn't quit. and a lot of guts in that team. For the Griffins, big congratulations to them. 7 straight wins for Los Alamitos. Trailing back to last season. Griffins going to do some celebration right now. And we'll keep talking until they tell us to stop talking.
All right, Griffins very excited to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, up next for the Griffins, the Lincoln High Hornets. But Griffins are putting points up on the board again. 65 points, Justin. Wow.
65, and the Griffins will look to come back in next week and do a better job on defense, a little bit better job on defense, and hopefully keep up the steam on special teams.
Well, it's hopefully we'll see the Griffins do the Ace of Spades bit, yeah, got to do the Ace of Spades. Got to light up the Ace of Spades. Not sure who's got it this season, but that's a tradition for the Griffins after a win. So light up the old Ace of Spades and get in front of the crowd.
And Kent, we should have a better idea of how the other Sunset League teams start to look starting this week and next week. I believe Servite will be going against Edison, who's Sunset League's own. Edison's got a lot of hype behind them this year. Some of the guys from Sunset Rewind picking them to beat us and win it all. I don't believe that's going to be the case, but that being said, we'll see how Edison does against Servite, see some of the other matchups with Huntington Beach as well. And, you know, a lot of hype going between the Sunset League this year. Huntington Beach, Edison, Corona Del Mar. There's a lot of good teams going on for us, and we'll be looking forward to getting in and out of that with you guys next week on Tuesday from the Griffins Grill at the Coach Show.
Well, you know, Justin, the things you kind of go talk a little bit about is, you know, just how dynamic the Griffins offense was in special teams. So many playmakers. DeAndre Moore, his first action tonight with the Griffin, 2 touchdowns. But Makai Lemon, guy was a show. What can you say about him? Had to average close to 50 yards a touch. Special teams, scored lots of different ways.
Had one taken back on him, too.
Exactly. Had
a penalty.
Otherwise, the guy's close to, what, 300 yards total offense? Just incredible. Incredible talent for the Griffins all the way around. Malachi Nelson, probably not one of his best nights passing, had 2 interceptions to go along with, I want to say, 3 or 4 touchdowns at least. On the ground, Nigel Osborne, tough running inside. Alec Wills, explosive again as well. Just been one of those nights where lots of Griffin stars, a lot of talent. It's has cracked up. Ethan O'Connor, keep going on and on. Next year it'll be, or next week, who knows? Gaffin Borch may be the guy that sets it up for the Griffins. Yeah, as right now it looks like they will be doing the Ace of Spades. They got the helmets there. The crowd's cheerleaders are coming down. The Los Al Locos all involved. There they go. Ace of Spades got lit, signifying another Griffins win.
The Griffins do have a couple goofs on the team, that's for sure. They get really excited when they get to light the Ace of Spades. It's a whole community thing here for Los Alamitos.
Yeah, it certainly is. Locos are back, and yeah, it's been a good night for football. Nice. Thanks again to the guys down in the truck. Thanks to Los Alamitos High School for putting this on and allowing us to have video. Normally it's just you and I doing an audio gig that you can listen to catch all the Griffins actions with Justin and I on the portal that you can reach through the losalamitos.org website.
LosAlFootball.org.
Yeah, that's right, losalfootball.org.
And if for some reason we're not on YouTube next week, go ahead and catch us there. At losalfootball.org, you'll be able to catch the game starting about 30 minutes before the game. We jump on at 6:30 and get you guys some action pregame, going into the game, and then all the way through. We had a good time tonight. I think we're going to wrap this one up, Kent.
Well, one of these days we will. We'll get the signal from the truck to go ahead and wrap it up. Also want to thank Coach Michael Stewart and Jeff Scott for all what they've done in terms of getting us a lot of information to put this game on. Games are really tough to put on anymore, but they did just a great job. Thanks to them. Thanks to the people in the truck. Thanks to Connor Brown for making it happen. Thank you for Justin Connolly Productions. Became a producer for the first time. Again, thanks to Maddie, our camera gal up here, and certainly best of luck to her down in New York. Well, that's going to wrap things up here from John Barnes Field. The final score, Los Alamitos, 65?
68, I think.
68? God, I lost track of the score.
Holy
65.
65,
Los
18.
Alamitos 65. Bakersfield 18. For Justin Conley, this is Kent McKell saying good night. We'll see you next week.